Welcome to the deep dive. My name is Michael Renick. I'm your Florida West Coast real estate specialist. I have asked Sarah to join me once again as we really get into what makes the Sarasota and Manatee County area in Florida just so, well, captivating. We have a lot of great events to share today.
Absolutely. It's easy to just think Florida, But Sarasota and Manatee, they have this distinct character. It's a real mix of deep history and this exciting modern energy. Quite unique.
Exactly. And for everyone listening, our mission today is pretty straightforward. We want to explore and honestly just appreciate all the great things happening right here and forget the standard postcard stuff. We're digging into the details, ancient history, current events, community growth, all of it.
Okay, so let's start way back. It's kind of mind-blowing, but Sarasota Bay, the one we see today, it hasn't always been there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, geologically it's young, only formed about 5,000 years ago.
Wow. 5,000 years. That sounds like a lot to us, but on a planet timeline, yeah, that's nothing.
Pretty much, yeah. And get this, 17,000 years ago, the actual Gulf Coast was 60 miles further west.
60 miles. That's incredible. It really makes you think about how dynamic the coast is.
It does. And this new bay, it wasn't empty. It became super important for the first people here.
Right. In our newsletter, we mentioned the Tocobaga, Timucuan, Calusa tribes.
Exactly those. They thrived here. The bay was crucial for food, for getting around. And those shell mounds you still find along the coast, they're tangible links. Not just old leftovers, but archaeologists think they had ceremonial meaning, maybe even shaped the land a bit. It connects us directly to those ancient cultures.
That really does spark the imagination, doesn't it? Well, picturing life back then, so tied to a landscape that was, well, still pretty new itself. And these mounds are still here amidst everything modern.
It's quite the contrast. Okay, so let's fast forward a lot. The newsletter gives us a great snapshot of what's happening, right now, specifically the week of April 20th to 26th, 2025.
The event list. Yeah, it looks like there's a ton going on. Something for pretty much everyone.
Definitely. The variety is impressive.
For theater fans, the 39 Steps is closing at the Manatee Performing Arts Center on the 20th. Heard it's really funny. A good laugh to start the week.
Sounds like it. And then for music lovers, especially jazz, Monday, April 21st, the Jazz Club of Sarasota has its regular night.
Oh, yeah. Who's playing?
The Michael Ross Four. They do straight ahead jazz, contemporary stuff, even originals. Should be great.
Nice. And what I like is the mix, you've got the formal arts center, the jazz club.
Right. But then also more casual stuff like that Sarasota taco and tequila bar crawl on the 26th.
Okay. That sounds like fun. A totally different vibe. Explore downtown, grab some tacos.
Exactly. It shows that lively social side. And if you want something free and outdoors, check out Music in the Park.
Let's share with our listeners where that is.
Bradenton Riverwalk. On April 25th, they've got Sweet Fleet playing country rock. Just picture it, nice evening by the river,
Yeah, live music. That sounds perfect. Quintessential Florida evening, right?
Yeah, totally. And speaking of outdoors and community, there's Arbor Day at the Bay, also on the 25th.
So what's happening there?
Different activities like helping pot some park plants in the morning, though heads up, you might need to be a resident for that part.
Okay, good to know.
But anyone can learn from the arborists they'll have there midday. Could be interesting learning about the local trees and plants.
Definitely. And sticking with music for a sec, also on the 25th, there's Jazz at 2. It's their season finale.
Oh yeah, who's playing there? Hot Club SQ. They do that Django Reinhardt, Stefan Grappelli style, swing, ballads, even some tango and bossa nova. Sounds delightful.
Wow, quite the range. It really shows a rich music scene.
It does. And then for a real community spectacle, the DeSoto Heritage Festival Grand Parade.
Yes, in Bradenton, right? April 26th. That's a big one.
Huge. One of the biggest and oldest parades in the Southeast, apparently. Illuminated floats, Hernando de Soto, the crew, beads, coins, the whole 9 yards.
It really captures that local history and pride, doesn't it? That celebratory spirit.
For sure. And it's not just weekends, midweek buzz too. Ranch Night Wednesday.
At Waterside Place. Yeah, saw that every Wednesday through May.
Yep. Including April 23rd, obviously. Food trucks, live music, sometimes themed nights like night markets or mini golf. Plus a cornhole league.
Cornhole league. Okay, that's properly local. Sounds like a great regular thing.
Yeah, it's consistent, which is nice. A reliable spot for food and fun midweek. And then wrapping up that week, the annual Suncoast Boat Show.
Right, April 25th to 27th down at the Bayfront Marina.
Exactly. Hundreds of boats, marine gear, food, music. a big deal for anyone into boating, which is, let's face it, a lot of people around here.
No kidding. Wow, that really does paint a picture of just energy. So much happening. Events, music, community stuff.
Yeah, a lot to experience. But there's not just events, right? The newsletter touches on other things like community development.
Like the housing market, I saw that mention of home values see a bit of a correction.
Sarasota down about 7%. Manatee maybe 5%, which, market shifts happen. But the angle seems to be this could be an opportunity for buyers.
Potentially, yeah, makes sense. A dynamic market. And speaking of new things, how about Jeff's Bagel Run coming to Lakewood Ranch?
Oh, yeah. That's pretty big news for bagel fans. An Orlando favorite setting up their first spot on SR 70 this summer.
That definitely says something about the area's growth and, well, its appeal, doesn't it? Attracting popular spots like that.
It does. Enriches the food scene. And looking even further ahead, there's that new Bellini College at USF Sarasota.
Right. Focused on AI and cybersecurity. That sounds very forward-thinking.
Totally. It's an investment in the future, educating local talent, attracting tech skills that could really boost the regional economy down the line.
Absolutely vital stuff. Now, in our newsletter, we also highlight community well-being topics, like the Manatee County decision on water fluoridation.
Yeah, it noted they're ending it, which, that's often a complex discussion, different views on public health approaches there.
True. It's a sensitive topic, but on a clearly positive note, April being designated Child Abuse Prevention Month in Sarasota.
By the City Commission. And highlighting the work of the Child Protection Center, that's really important.
Really, yes. They have a commitment to protecting kids and supporting those vital services. Very commendable.
Definitely.
And finally, just to round things out, the weather for this coming week. April 20th, 26th sounds pretty much perfect.
Doesn't it? Mostly sunny, highs in the low to mid-80s Fahrenheit. Just ideal spring weather in Florida.
Perfect for getting out and enjoying all those events or just the natural beauty.
Exactly. It just adds to the whole appeal, doesn't it? Good weather makes everything better.
So wrapping up this deep dive, it's really clear, isn't it? Sarasota and Manatee counties offer this incredibly rich picture. You've got this fascinating history, this really dynamic present with so much going on, and clear signs of looking towards the future. It's much more than just beaches. It's a thriving place.
It really is. And it makes you wonder, for anyone listening, thinking about all this, the history, the events, the growth, what part resonates most? What makes this corner of Florida seem special to you?
That's a great question to leave folks with, whether it's the past, the present buzz, or the future prospects. There's clearly a lot here. So stay curious. Maybe check out some of these local highlights yourself. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. I'd also like to thank Sarah for another great week. My name is Michael Renick. I am your Florida West Coast real estate specialist. If you have any questions or feel that I can be of help, my personal cell is 941-400-8735. See everyone again next week.